Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Sofia and today we'll be reviewing the Krisp air fryer from Prozis. In this video, I'll let you know how the air fryer works and also I'll give you 4 air fryer recipe ideas. I'm using a vegan gluten-free cookie mix. I used 1 cup of the cookie mix, 1/4 of a cup of melted butter and 2 tablespoons of vanilla soy milk. I gave it a mix, first with a spatula, then with my hands, because it's easier this way. I wrapped the cookie dough and kept it in the fridge. While the dough is in the fridge, we're going to make some cake. So for cake I'm using the vegan gluten-free mix. Both of these products are from Prozis, which is a Portuguese company that I really like. I'm starting with 1/2 cup of muffin mix, 2 tablespoons of melted butter and 1 tablespoon of vanilla soy milk. I used this mix before but not for cakes, so I'm testing the consistency and I'll be adding milk until I get the consistency I want. I mixed that in and I'm now happy with this consistency. I'm going to pour it onto a small mold. I'm trying to fit the entire batter here because this is the only mold I have that fits my air fryer, but we'll talk more about that later. Okay, let me show you said air fryer. This model is called Krisp and it is from Prozis. I'm being very honest here, I mainly got it because I thought it was pretty and easy to clean. A lot of air fryers have analog controls and I think that quickly becomes hard to clean, so I wanted a digital screen. Turns out I get all the fingerprint marks on it, but still it's very easy to clean. This isn't an electronics brand, it's more of an healthy lifestyle, workout and eat well kind of brand, so you know it aligns with my principles. Let's look at the specifications. Temperature goes from 80 to 200 degrees Celsius. And you can set the timer to max 60 minutes. I'll leave the link below so you can see for yourself if you're interested. Click once to turn it on, and if you need to turn it off, just press for a couple of seconds. Here you can select temperature and time. So you just turn it up or turn it down. It comes with different settings for fries or veggies or whatever you need. And now it's time to cook our cake. Will it overflow? Will it rise? We'll see in a little bit. I set the air fryer to 180 Celsius, 10 minutes. And this is how it looks. Feels firm, but let's test it and see if it cooked all the way. It doesn't look quite cooked through to me, so I'm going to give it 5 more minutes. I would say still moist, but mostly cooked. Also remember this is gluten-free, looks quite nice for a gluten-free cake. I'll show you how it looks like on the inside, but let's get the cookies going first. Here's my dough, I randomly cut it just to make it easier to portion. I rolled 6 cookies because that's how much I estimate is going to fit in my fryer. I used half of the cookie batter and I froze the rest. For the cookies I cut a small piece of parchment paper and used it to line the basket. I carefully placed the cookies in the air fryer. I don't expect them to rise that much, but I made sure they were not very crowded. I cooked them for 12 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius and they seem ready. I transferred them to a wire rack to cool, and as soon as they cool down, I'll show you how they look inside. The next thing we're cooking is a must. It's unavoidable in my opinion. This is what air fryers were made for. I got some veggie nuggets. I'll talk about them in one of my vegan product reviews. Let me just point out how they say American style batter, which I find very funny. Hey American friends, is this American style? I don't know. So 200 degrees Celsius, 7 minutes, we'll come back to them. I had some leftover potatoes and carrots, just boiled with some salt, and we're going to give it a little bit of a new life. I start with a generous amount of olive oil, then a tiny bit more salt and a lot of paprika. Potatoes love paprika, right? Next I go in with some thyme and some garlic powder and finally onion powder. I give it a good mix. Okay, so back to the nuggets. I'm not even gonna say anything, just hear this. When you're cooking something that has a little bit of sauce, it's probably better to use a piece of parchment paper. I'm just cooking them for 15 minutes, 200 degrees Celsius. This is how they look maybe 5 minutes in. I gave it a good mix and then cook them for a little bit longer. I don't think I waited for the 15 minutes because I was very hungry, but I should have cooked it for the full 15 minutes. And now it's time for dessert, so let me show you the cookies. They look a little bit tough, but they aren't. They're just crunchy and fluffy on the inside. I really loved how they turned out. I've been baking cookies so much. The cake I finished with some powdered sugar because it looks pretty and it tastes better. It's very crunchy on the outside, which I love so much, and then moist and fluffy on the inside. I'm pretty much in love with this air fryer. I will cook everything in my air fryer if I get the chance. If you need to cook small amounts of food, I would 100% recommend this air fryer. It's beautiful, it's easy to clean, it cooks perfectly. The only downside for me is the size. If you do need to cook a lot of food, this will not do it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what was your favorite recipe. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching until the end. That's very cool of you. See you next time.